So today we are going to see the circulatory system of pigeon. When we talk about the circulatory system, it is majorly involved only with the heart and the arteries and the veins involved in it. So in the circulatory system, in the first video, we'll discuss only about the heart structure. Then you have the second video of arterial system and the third video of venous system. So these three parts we'll discuss it in separate videos. So the first one is the circulatory system, in which we are going to study the structure of the heart. Here, pigeon has an efficient circulatory system to meet not only the metabolic demands of the flight but also plays a significant role in maintaining the body temperature. You always know that pigeons fly, or the birds basically fly from one place to other during summer, winter and everything. So the circulatory system only plays a role in maintaining the body temperature also. It helps in efficient flight as well as maintaining the body temperature. The circulatory system of pigeon includes the heart and the blood vessels. The heart of the pigeon is four-chambered. You have two auricles and two ventricles, whereas there is no sinus venosus. This is the if you study the comparative anatomy of the development of heart from pisces to chordates, you can see the differentiation very clearly. How the sinus venosa slowly it was present in fishes, and slowly their three-chambered heart, then they become incomplete four-chambered heart in reptiles. Now in apes you have the complete four-chambered heart and the sinus venosus is absent. The two precavals or the superior vena cava and a postcaval or the inferior vena cava opens into the right auricle. The veins itself, when you talk about veins, it means they carry the impure blood. Here you have two precavals, which is the superior from the head region or the upper part of the body. You have this two superior precavals are also called as superior vena cava, and one postcaval, which is the inferior vena cava, which will collect the impure blood from the abdominal part of the body. And all these things open into what is called as the right auricle. The pulmonary aorta or the systemic trunk arise from the right and left ventricles respectively. That means the pulmonary aorta arise from right ventricle and the systemic trunk arise from the left ventricle. The right side of the heart is completely separated from the left side by what is called as a septum. It's a complete partition. The right auricle opens into right ventricle by a definite aperture called right auriculoventricular aperture, and same way the left auricle into the left ventricle by the left auriculoventricular aperture. So the openings of the right auricle into the right ventricle is called right auriculoventricular aperture, and the left auricle into the left ventricle is called as left auriculoventricular aperture. Now there are valves at these apertures which will always allow the blood to flow only in one direction, from auricle to ventricle, but never in the backward direction. Now this is the structure of the heart. You have the ventricle. The ventricle internally is divided into two. Externally you could not find the difference. You have the auricle, which is the left auricle and the right auricle. This is the dorsal and the ventral view. Now you have these, you can see these dark ones, these are the veins, and this is the postcaval, precaval and the postcaval veins, and this precaval only will have all the branches. These blue ones are all veins and the red ones are all the arteries. In the next diagram you can see the clear division of where which artery and vein moves in and comes out. This is the tiers of the heart of pigeon. With the explanation, I'll explain this in detail. Now, the right auricular ventricular valve consists of a single flap without connecting the caudate tendineae. This is the right auricular ventricular aperture. It is not having any caudate tendineae. The valve of the left side has two flaps connected to papillary muscles by caudate tendineae. Now this is the left side. This is the left auricle and the left ventricle. Here the papillary muscles, you can see it is mentioned papillary muscles are the ones connected by the caudate tendineae to the valve, which is the two valves, right? The bicuspid valve. The pulmonary aorta arise from right ventricle and the aortic arch from the left ventricle. So you have the ventricles, right? The lower part is the ventricle. So the pulmonary aorta arises from the left ventricle and the systemic aorta starts from the right ventricle. They cross over like this from this side to this side, from this side to this side. The pulmonary veins open into left auricle. There are 3 semilunar valves at the junction of pulmonary aorta at the right ventricle. See, this is the pulmonary aorta. This is the right ventricle. Here you have what is called as the semilunar valves. Okay. The pulmonary aorta divides into 2 branches, each entering a lung. Whereas in birds alone, it has only one arch, which is the single aortic arch. The right auricles of the heart receives venous blood from all parts of the body except the lungs. This is the right auricle, right? This is the region where it receives all the, right here it's the right auricle, I'm sorry girls. It is the right auricle, it receives all the impure blood from all parts of the body except the lungs through the precaval and the postcaval veins. You can see here the blue ones coming on, right precaval and the postcaval and the left precaval. You can see the watermark like color. You can see the light blue structure behind the right one. Yeah, that is what. So these are the 2 precavals and 1 postcaval. All the 3 bring in the impure blood to the right auricle. So the right auricle of the heart receives venous blood from all parts of the body except the lung through the precaval and postcaval veins. The right ventricle pumps venous blood into lungs through pulmonary aorta. The right ventricle, from auricle, the impure blood gets into the right ventricle. From the right ventricle through the pulmonary aorta, the impure blood is pumped and sent to the lungs for the process of purification. See, these are the only 2 artery and vein who will behave differently from their name. In the body, all the arteries carry pure blood and all the veins carry impure blood. Whereas pulmonary aorta alone carries impure blood from ventricle to the lung for the process of purification. It is not an artery, it is an artery which carries the impure blood. The oxygenated blood or the pure blood from the lungs is returned to the left auricle through the pulmonary vein. You can see opening of the pulmonary vein. This is from the lung. The pure blood is given to the left auricle. So the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary aorta completely behave against the terminology of the name. Though it is pulmonary aorta, it carries impure blood from the left ventricle to the lungs for the process of purification. The pulmonary vein brings in the oxygenated or the pure blood into the right auricle to supply to the other parts of the body. So from the left ventricle, a single right aortic arch carries oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. You can see you have pure blood here. So this pure blood from the right auricle is sent into the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle through the systemic arch, right systemic arch, it is supplied to all parts of the body. Okay, so the right half of the heart, from the left ventricle, a single aortic arch carries, okay. The right half of the heart receives and discharges only venous blood and the left only arterial blood. So this one receives impure blood from other parts of the body and brings it to the ventricle. So the left part of the heart carries only impure blood or deoxygenated blood, whereas the right one carries impure blood, whereas the left auricle and the left ventricle carries or receives the pure blood and supplies the pure blood to all the different parts of the body. So here, thus the bird possesses a complete double circulation, which includes the pulmonary circulation as well as the systemic circulation. So with this we come to the end of the structure of heart of pigeon. Thank you.